Background. On October 6, 1973, Egyptians crossed the Suez Canal in the name of Operation Badr, popularly known as Yom Kippur War, which lasted almost 3 weeks. Outcome. Arabs lost militarily, but believed they had won psychologically and politically, forcing Israel to recognize that it was vulnerable and eventually have to make peace with its enemies. Fast forward to 50 years later, Hamas, a third militia compared with Syrian and Egyptian foes, let alone Israel's sophisticated army and arsenal. Yet the conflict that erupted this weekend feels more ominous. Even a decisive Israeli military victory is unlikely to end the country's increasingly perilous security challenges. It's not even clear what winning means. There is no question that Israel can inflict tremendous damage on Gaza, on its infrastructure and on its people. But movement regenerates, and sometimes the next leadership turns out to be more radical and more extreme than the one that was beheaded. For e.g., Al-Qaeda of Iraq evolved to Islamic State of Iraq. US airstrike killed its founder in 2006. They evolved into ISIS in 2013. Who created Hamas? Ironically, Israel bears responsibility for the early growth of Hamas. In mid-80s, the coalescence of nascent Islamist groups is an alternative to PLO. Hamas has already achieved some of its objectives in terrorizing Israel and stunning a country that long seemed almost invincible in the region. This indicates that Hamas has already won on one level. Conflict affected US diplomacy to broker formal rapprochement between Arabia and Israel. Hamas' brazen operation, missiles fired as far as Tel Aviv, murder, mayhem and hostage-taking on the ground, fighters infiltrating Israel on paraglider has generated fears of a wider conflagration involving other militias and potentially other nations. Backbone. Wall Street Journal reported that Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has green-lighted the attack. Tehran, source of arms, financial aid and military training for Hamas. President of Iran, Ibrahim Raisi, spoke with leaders of Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad. In public message, he called on Muslim governments worldwide to support Palestinian people. Hezbollah's arsenal, which is estimated to include at least 150,000 missiles and rockets, is far larger than the Hamas armory. Why fighting Hamas is pain in ass. Defeating non-state actors is a lot more complicated than warring or making peace with a state. US learned the challenges of engaging with non-state actors in long wars against the poorly armed Taliban in Afghanistan and abysmally trained ISIS fighters in Iraq at great expense.